when we're going over this today, I want you to know that I'm a foodie. Like, I love eating food. I love good food. However, I love food that is going to nourish our body and food that is going to help us heal our body. So today's conversation is about eating out. And when you are talking to someone as a nutrition in the nutrition field, doctors, if you're on some type of plan, you may think, oh gosh, I'm not able to eat out. I've got to eat at home all this time. And that is not realistic. Okay. You know that it is not realistic. So again, if you are on Instagram, I am streaming live into a Facebook group, and I'm going to be talking about a guide that was free to everyone joining this call. So if you are joining from Instagram, I want to say hello, and you can comment guide below to get your free guide. And what this is it is a free guide of 14 pages to help you eat out with confidence. And the reason I'm going to continue to tell you that I am also streaming live onto Facebook is because I am going to go off of Instagram and only be in the Facebook group for our members. And toward the end of this, so I can show you some applications on your phone that you can use to help you prep and prepare for traveling. And you may think it's not summer, why am I doing this now? Well, fall is a very popular time of travel, and I want you to be ready. So in where I am from, I am live right now from Huntsville, Alabama. A lot of our schools have fall break next week, and a lot of my local families are traveling. The next thing is that you're going to be traveling for the holidays. The holidays are going to be right around the corner, and you need to be able to prepare with confidence so it doesn't bring your family that you're taking with you and the family that you're visiting stress. So being able to eat on the go is so important, and not just traveling, but night to night. Okay, if you're like me, I am in the heat of travel ball. Plus, I have family members with autoimmune conditions. My son was diagnosed with celiac and mast cell activation syndrome. And I tell you diagnosed because we don't battle any of those diagnoses anymore. If he has chosen to eat a Chick-fil-A sandwich with the fried chicken and the bread in the last month, and I about had a heart attack. But he did not have any reactions at all. And that is what I want for you, is to be able to heal your body, heal your gut. If you have any autoimmune conditions, put those in what I call remission and find a level of stability so you have flexibility with your eating and with your nutrition. And that is what I preach, and that is what I am here to serve and help you do, is to find that level of moderation that works for your body, and everybody's different. Okay, so if you have the guide, follow along with me. We're going to be starting on page 2. And if you don't have the guide, comment guide below, and I'm going to be getting that to you. I see some of you commenting on Instagram, and that's amazing. If you do want to follow along on Facebook toward the end of this call, again, it's Functional Nutrition for Athletes and Active Families, and you can find me there. So eating out and navigating inflammatory foods is a huge deal. If you have seen nothing in today's society, I know you've seen information on seed oils and those warnings about inflammation. Inflammation in the body really blocks our body from being able to absorb the nutrients that we eat. And the supplements that we take and the medications. And you will not believe the number of people that I talk to when they're like, I've been on thyroid medicine for 20 years, but I don't feel better. Or I've been taking this, and I've tried Tylenol and Advil for my cramps and my PCOS and my pain, but I don't feel any benefits. And half of that is because what you're putting in your body doesn't always absorb if the body is broken and the function is lost. So understanding inflammation and how that reacts in your body, and how it can really stop your body from reacting properly, is so important. In this guide, we're going to be talking about sugar. We're going to be talking about alcoholic beverages, because alcohol and sugar can be a feeder to inflammation. And again, that level of moderation is super important. I give you healthier drink options in this guide so you can grab those and not feel like you're deprived. Deprivation is never a goal. I have so many clients come to me and they talk about having tried Whole30 for 30 days. And that is 30 days of misery, right? When all you're doing is guessing at what you can and can't eat. But you know, even after 30 days, you didn't reach your goal. You didn't reach success. You still didn't feel great. And a lot of times it's because there's one food. And most of those clients are missing 1 or 2 foods that Whole30 authorizes you to eat, and it's on their meal plan, and it's in their recipes, but it's reacting from an immune and inflammation standpoint in your body. And you need to know that, right? It's so important to go into these things with clarity. And if you don't have that, You can even put clarity in the comments of this training so I can get back with you, because goodness gracious, if there's one thing that I don't like in my life is chaos. And I feel like there's so much chaos if you don't have clarity on how to cook. And I can guarantee you that when my son was diagnosed with celiac and we were told to remove gluten, but yet I still saw him getting sick and sick and sick. And I still saw the dark circles under his eyes, and I still saw his belly distended, and I still saw him lethargic. After we would eat, I'd be miserable because I had spent hours in the kitchen cooking to a certain standard, but I wasn't seeing the success once I put the food on the table. And if you're in that situation, right? Scream because you need clarity. And the test that I ran on him when he was 3 years old and he's now 13, it's the same test that I still run on my clients today. Because if you're doing functional testing, but that functional testing is not giving you an action plan, then you're wasting your time and your money, because functional testing is not free. And most of the time insurance does not cover that. Okay, but I truly make sure that when I'm working with a client, that I make sure to align the test with the results and the action plan that we need to get. And you need to make sure that you do the same thing. And I will stop harping there because I could keep going and giving you a whole spill on that clarity mindset. Okay, so if you received your guide on page 3, you may see that you saw P instead of dairy free. And I will say, like, P sometimes stands for paleo when you're looking for foods at the store. Right at the grocery store, you can see that big P for paleo, and that's great, but we're talking about eating out. So I did change it in this guide. So what I want you to do is look for those signs for restaurants that serve a gluten-free menu. I want you to look for those signs of restaurants that like identify food triggers. Okay, even if it's just a little wheat sign, even if it's the dairy-free and the gluten-free and these simple categories, I want you to look for those signs and look to know that that restaurant can communicate inflammatory ingredients with you. That is so key, is we want to make sure that they can communicate with you. Okay. When I used to walk into Tzatziki's, they would tell me that they use olive oil. Okay. I don't know that they can say that anymore. The food industry has really kind of gone downhill.